Hello everyone, I will show how to configure hotspot on MikroTik router. Okay, let's log into MikroTik. For internet access configuration, please go to check my previous video. This video we focus on hotspot. Okay, before we can configure hotspot, we need to configure the DHCP server. We check the IP address. This one, my brick LAN. Has port 2, and that is on the brick LAN. Okay. Port 2 is on the brick LAN. Okay, now let's configure the DHCP server to provide the IP address to the client. When they connect to the hotspot, click DHCP setup, brick LAN, next. Release from 20. We finish DHCP server. Let's check the client. This window, this one. This window can get this IP. Okay, now we go configure hotspot. IP hotspot. Hotspot setup. This the hotspot interface. If you have VLAN, example, this one is your Wi-Fi access point. Example, it is unified access point, and you have many VLAN on that access point. So you can apply here. You can choose the VLAN to apply to your VLAN on unified access point. And if this one is the access point for the Wi-Fi password, we should not set it, because when we set up the hotspot, the user will request the username and the password to connect to the hotspot. Okay. Next, and this one, when checked like this, MikroTik allow the hotspot user connect to the internet. I use the pool the same as DHCP pool. You can put any DNS that you want. Next, this place is set the web address that user access to the login page of the hotspot. We need to put any private address that is not duplicate with the web address to prevent from access to the any website and it's not access to our hotspot. When get hotspot, it requires us to create one user. I disable this user because we have some customization. We will add user later. Okay. Now we walk through the hotspot. This one that we create. When we go to this page, we need to go login and need to uncheck the cookie. Should uncheck cookie because when we check the cookie, after the user log in to hotspot one time, they can access to the hotspot forever with the cookie enabled. The user device will remember hotspot forever. So we need to uncheck. And for my cookie it means allow user device remember the hotspot for some duration. Okay, we will talk this one again. Now let's go to user profile. We create one profile. User proof one. And this one for we talk about keep alive timeout for keep alive timeout. This one is our minute second. When we set the 2 minutes like this, when the user disconnect from the Wi-Fi or disconnect from the LAN cable for less than 2 minutes, the user will not log out from their hotspot automatically. But if example they disconnect their Wi-Fi for more than 2 minutes, like they go to restroom or they go somewhere that is longer than 2 minutes and their device disconnect from the Wi-Fi more than 2 minutes, so the user will ask to log in hotspot again when their device connected to the network. Okay, now let's now we're testing. We just put 15 seconds. And we testing this only. We disable my cookie. Okay, now we apply. And we need to create the user. we choose the profile that we create. Okay, now go to login. Put the address, the reset. This one I logged in before. Okay, let sorry. Okay, now connect it to the hotspot. The user can access internet now. Now we test 15-second timeout. When the user disconnect less than 15 seconds, it's still not locked out automatic. Now disconnect. Okay, we enable again. So is it less than 15 seconds? Oh. Now just we should disconnect less than 15 seconds. Okay. Okay, disconnect. Okay, now disconnect. Connect again. Okay. Here it's less than 15 seconds. It's still not locked out. Users still can access the hotspot. But now we test more than 15 seconds. The user device will lock out from hotspot automatically. Now we test 15 seconds, more than 15 seconds. The user device will lock out automatically because their duration connect to the Wi-Fi. They disconnect from the Wi-Fi more than 15 seconds that they set. Okay, now it's more than 15 seconds. The user device will lock out automatic from the hotspot. Go check again. Yeah, we can see it asks us the username and password to log in again. We can disconnect the user, disconnect from the internet. Okay, this is the keep alive timeout test. Now we finish, and I'm gonna talk this one. This one, if we want that data username to share more user, we can set any number that we want. And for the red limit, this one, first download, we can set 5 megabit per second to download and 5 megabit per second to upload, something like that. But for my test is on GNS3, it will not effective. Okay, and now this one more is also important. We talk about the add make cookie. I mean that allow the user device remember the hotspot login without re-log in again when their MAC cookie is in the duration that we set. This one is a 3 day, 3 day, hour, minute, second. Okay, I set 2 day. And when we want user device member, we need to set any duration for keep alive timeout. If we don't set the duration for keep alive timeout, this one will not affected. Okay, we set 15 seconds and user disconnect from the network for within 2 days. User disconnect from the Wi-Fi or network within 2 days. They still can access to the hotspot automatically without login. If they don't click log out from the login page. Okay. Now testing. And one more thing to keep remember. When we apply the MAC cookie, we need to make sure that this one check. MAC cookie check. Okay, testing. Now let's log in first. User can access the internet now and user connected to hotspot. Okay, now we want the user disconnect from Wi-Fi. We test with the MAC cookie. This one we don't care anymore, even though the duration keep alive timeout that the user that is longer than this amount is not any problem. We just care about the duration of the MAC cookie, but we should test longer than this duration. And we don't click log out. Seconds. At 15 seconds it will 35, so we let it go further. 35. Yeah, 40. So keep alive timeout. The user keep alive timeout is run out of time now, but if the user device still remain the cookie in their device for within 2 days, so the user will not log out from the hotspot automatically when they don't click log out. They just go away from the Wi-Fi. Now the user come back to the some place that connect to the previous one they connect to the Wi-Fi. Okay. Now let's check. Yeah, you can see user still connect. User can access the internet. In the case they don't click log out, it will keep user log into hotspot automatically within the 2 days that we set. Okay, now this time we test it when they click log out. If the user click log out or before this one, I want to make sure that the internet is working. If the user click log out, and their cookie, their MAC address cookie of their device is still within 2 days, and they go away from the Wi-Fi, and they go home, something like that, they will cannot connect to the hotspot automatically. Okay, now we test disconnect. Yeah, it's modern for keep a light timeout 15 seconds. And now user connect to the network. Let me check internet. User still cannot access the internet. And it asks the user connect to the hotspot. So the click log out is the highest priority to log user from the hotspot, even though they get the MAC address allow for within duration. When they disconnect from the network, they still cannot access to the hotspot when they click log out. Okay, now that's all for this MAC address. And one more, the last one, if we want that user login and the password cannot access to the hotspot again, we need to disable or remove the user from the server. Simple like that. We don't want this user valid for the hotspot again. We need disable or remove. Okay, disable. Okay, now let's log in again. we cannot find the user for the hotspot. Okay, our hotspot configuration we finished for this time, and please subscribe to my channel to get more useful video. And if you want to find more about the network knowledge, you can go to check my channel. I have MikroTik, Cisco and FortiGate network show. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.